Well, I am back from Sedona, and first things first, it was amazing. It was epic. I was so centered. I was so grounded and peaceful. And I loved getting to be in that energetic space with other like-hearted humans for hours upon hours upon hours, whether we were dancing or doing tapping or a meditation or walking the property, whatever it was incredible. And my friends, life has been lifing big time. So I knew when I said yes to this retreat that the timing was not fantastic for me. But that's the thing also, right? Like when we know that we are meant to be somewhere or do something, like it is part of we can feel it in our body. That's how it was for me. Like I had been asking my teacher who hosted this retreat, I had been asking her before she ever even put out that she was going to do a retreat. I was like, when's your retreat? When are you going to do a retreat? Please don't do it the weekend of graduation. Please don't do it this week, that week. Um, and it worked out enough that it was not those dates. And I was super committed to going and to making it happen. And I knew that I was coming home to a whirlwind, right? Like I took an overnight flight home. So I was exhausted when I got home because I barely slept, maybe like 30 minutes. And I think about 36 hours later, family started coming in. We had graduation. We had all sorts of different things. My son was competing at his final state track meet of high school, which I'll have to do a whole nother video about all of the emotional things going on. Catch you up there. But all that to say that I was very conscious when I got home. I remember I had taken a walk, let's see, on that Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was. I went to a park here that I really enjoy walking in. Excuse me. And I just walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. Like my body, my soul, my heart needed to be in nature. And when I first came back, actually, let me back up. So this was pretty interesting and epic for me. I came back, and the next day I went to the grocery store. And sometimes when I've come back from vacation or especially a retreat like that, I come back and it's like, it's really hard to transition between all this time, Amy time, where like I don't have to think about a single thing, right? The meals are made. I know what I'm doing. I know where I need to be, all these things. I didn't have to drive anybody anywhere, right? Like it was all Amy to coming back. And I think you can probably relate to this. Coming back and having that space of like everybody needs you again, right? And not that it's bad, it's just the juxtaposition of the two. But what I experienced when I came back from Sedona was something even deeper than that. I was sitting in the parking lot at the grocery store and I felt almost paralyzed to get out of my car. I did not want to re-enter. Like everything around me was just this like hustling, bustling, um, let's buy everything up in this big ass grocery store energy. And it was like my body couldn't assimilate back into that. And not only couldn't it didn't want to. And I messaged a friend of mine and was explaining this to her. And I was like, I literally feel like otherworldly right now. Like I feel like I don't belong in this world that I'm about to exit the car and go into. And all through shopping, I felt that way. Like there was just this air about it that didn't match the energy that I was still carrying from Sedona. And I believe it was the next day that I went on this walk. And afterward, I was talking with my mom and I was saying how, she was asking about the trip and I was telling her about it. And I was also saying like how my energy was right then, like just my whole vibe. Like I just felt so at peace and so grounded and calm and all of these amazing words. And I said, and we were getting ready to go into this graduation, my son's graduation. And I was like, I'm really aware of wanting to keep this feeling. And she said something like, oh, yeah, I'm sure, I'm totally paraphrasing, but like, I'm sure, and I'm sure it was wonderful. And like, that's probably so hard when you come back and, like, you have kids and you have a family and you have things to do. And I was like, I was explaining to her that it's not that I'm saying I'm not going to do life, it's that I want to consciously make a choice of how I'm moving in these spaces. Like, I don't want to, this was me talking previously, I don't want to go to graduation and get like in everybody, like let other people's energy suck me in. I don't want to go to the grocery store and like let the energy of consumerism suck me in. Like, I wanted to stay in this like really deeply aligned space because some of the things that I experienced in Sedona, and maybe you've seen some of these on my social media, was like such a depth of the work that I'm here to do. And that it's so much of what I talk about, right? About like peace and joy and love and kindness in this world and getting there one human at a time through the work that I do. Um, but there was such recognition in me of the energy that I was in Sedona. My vibration is necessary for me to do that work. Not necessary for the world to function, but for me, it all starts with me, right? And so, how can I envision this world if I'm not living and embodying that every day? Well, as I said, life has been lifing. So we go through graduation. I will say I was a lot more present than I think I have been at things in the past. I like really tried to keep the phone away. Even when I wanted to sometimes take video, I knew other people were. Like I really just tried to be super, super present because that's what I wanted out of that experience. Like I wanted to make the memory in here, and I accomplished that. So then fast forward to, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. We're in one of those spaces right now where like every day just kind of blends and I'm like, I don't even know what day it is. So anyhow, yesterday I ended up doing some journaling because I woke up and I just, like after the youngest went to school, I was by myself, I took a walk, and I just was feeling really tired and slow. And slow in the sense of like, my body was just signaling to me like it didn't want to move. And I had this whole conversation with myself around okay, is it just because it's Monday after a long weekend, after graduation? Like, no, it's not that. And I usually go to the gym on Monday mornings. And mind you, I also hadn't been to the gym in probably a week because I'd been traveling and then had family here. And I know that the gym helps me. I know that when I go to the gym, I feel good. So then I was like in my head, like, no, it's actually like literally yesterday, I had an emotional hangover from, and still today, from the weekend, from graduation, from the final track meet, from, my son going to an all-night grad party, my dad turning 80. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot at one time. And there's a time in my life that I wouldn't have even had the awareness that this was a lot, right? I would have just been like, well, this is life. Like, this is just what it is. And then you get up and you go the next day. And I had to realize, like, I gotta give myself some grace and I gotta give myself some kindness because I was getting on myself about, well, I should go to the gym, right? The should, you know how I feel about the should, say fuck the should. Um, but my brain was telling me, like, this was what I wrote. My brain is saying, I have to get back to the gym. I have to get back to my energy practice. I have to get back to work. And my body was saying, just fucking relax. Just relax. And then what came through my head was like, but am I just giving myself the out? Like, am I just being lazy? Am I not going to the gym because I'm being lazy? I know because of the work I've done, inner work, limiting beliefs, bullshit stories, all the things, that's a story I created or someone helped me create along the way. I am a healthy person. I take good care of myself. Not going to the gym when my body is exhausted does not make me lazy. But the fact is, even though I've done that work and I know that's a story and I know that it's lying to me to try to protect me from something, it still comes up. It still comes up. So maybe you can relate to that. Like maybe there's some story that you thought you'd really done the work on and it came up again. And so this was just yesterday. Like I had to really sit with that and think, no, I'm not lazy because I do those things, right? I do go to the gym and I'm just not feeling it. And that's what matters is listening to the feeling and listening to my body. I could have pushed myself. I could have gone to the gym yesterday. Instead, I walked 3 times. I rested. I finished my book, reading a book, not writing another book. But then I also got in my head and I was like, the other story that came in was, what if this lasts? That was the fear. What if I don't get back to the gym today and it lasts? Because then it's another day and it's another day and it's another day. And that is a fucking nightmare of a story because we've been fed that, right? Of that, like, well, why put off till tomorrow what you can do today? Bullshit. Like, I'm putting it off till tomorrow because I could do it today, but my entire vessel is telling me not to do it. And that is my actual job in this life is to protect her, protect my soul, protect my vessel, keep me healthy. And that was what I needed yesterday. But I did have this thought of like, what if it lasts? Like, what if I'm just not wanting to do the hard thing, like going to the gym or doing the energy practice, like doing the thing? What if I just don't want to do it? And literally what I heard was, Amy, your soul wants ease and spaciousness, and you get to choose. Ease and spaciousness. And it all goes back, if you guys recall, I don't know if I can get this very easily, but when the year of the horse came in and it was all about like running energy, right? Like the running of the horses and wild horses, right? And I don't know if you recall, but in another video, I don't think I ever showed this, but I talked about my horse, not the artist, but what came up for me during a year of the horse meditation. And it was playful and fun and flowy and free and expansive and slow, right? All these words. And it's like having this awareness, I'm realizing how impactful that is. Just the step of awareness, just that step. So, as I said, Sedona, fucking amazing, incredible, all the things. Like in my zone for 4 hours and then have a meal, and then in my zone for a few hours and have a meal. In my zone, go to bed. Like it was so flowy and easeful and spacious and all the things. I will talk on another video about some of the resistance that I felt at times there, because I think that's important to share too. And then I came back and I really wanted to hold on to that feeling. And I have felt it slipping little by little, sometimes big amounts at a time. And all it takes or has taken, and not that it's easy, but is that pause and finding peace, connecting back, not getting caught up. And as I'm saying this, I'm realizing that is me holding on to the Sedona energy, right? Not getting caught up in the hamster wheel of getting back to real life of mom and parent and wife and business owner and all the things, right? And continuing to honor and listen to my body and to my soul. They don't lie to you. Your energy, your body will not lie to you. Your brain, your mind, and the chatter will make shit up every single day to protect you, to make life easier, whatever it is. So that's it for today. We've still got life happening. We've still got graduation party, and other things going on here. But for now, I am really trying to stay in this energy. And other thing is, I am so excited for what is to come for my business and for how I am working with women and impacting lives and what this work is all truly about. And I'm going to make another video soon about that and just sharing these, like, what seem like might be like little shifts, but they're humongous shifts as far as the ripple effect that this work is going to have. And it's all about the clarity that I gained being in Sedona about who I am here to be, what my work is, how I'm here to serve, and the incredible effect that that has on the world. So I'm sending you so much love, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.